Hey there guys, today we're taking a look at A Plague Tale Requiem running on the AMD Ryzen 5 5500U. Now this game has been out for a while now, but when it launched it had performance issues on pretty much all hardware that made it practically unplayable even on high-end hardware. So I decided to wait a while to see if it would get patched and hopefully performance would improve. Now you're looking at the game currently running right now with the lowest in-game graphics settings, and we are using the built-in upscaler set to the ultra quality setting. Now it is an FSR. I'm actually not 100% sure what the upscaler even is. It might just be temporal based upscaling, but in general the level of performance that it is giving us is not impressive considering that we are running this at 720p with that upscaler running on top of that. So we are running at a much lower than 720p resolution right now, and with a 25 watt TDP, which is already higher than what the stock chip comes with, we're not even able to hit a 20 FPS average. And of course our 1% lows are in the teens here, so at least they're not in the single digit, but that's not really a major accomplishment by any means. And really at no point did the level of performance that we were getting improve by any meaningful capacity, and I would imagine that as you play through more of the game and more things start to happen, the performance is going to tank even more, because we're just in the opening section here where there's very little going on, and already it's pretty much at a range where it is unplayable. I really could not even get very far into the game itself just because visually speaking it looked awful and this felt pretty terrible to play, and I was using a controller which was already making the experience at least a little bit more forgiving, but at this level of performance it is so bad that I would recommend that you probably should not even try to play the game. Even dropping down to 634p was not enough to really boost the level of performance to get us at a range where it was fully playable. Our average was just shy of 30 FPS, but our 1% lows were still in the teens, and if you look at those frame times, they do fluctuate dramatically to the point where this is not going to feel like a great experience to play. So again, it really just depends on what's going on around the area, and so in moments of intense action I can only imagine that the level of performance is going to drop dramatically. So it's unfortunate to see, and I'm genuinely surprised by just how heavy this game is. Now I haven't tried it on my desktop with a 3070 Ti, so maybe now it's more playable on that type of graphics card, but at least here with just an integrated graphics chip we're not really getting anything that I would consider to be playable or doable. And as you can tell, the GPU is already pretty much fully utilized and the clock speed that it's reaching is pretty much maxed out for the most part. So what that means is that raising our TDP even further than this is not going to really net us much of an improvement at all, especially since the CPU itself doesn't really seem to be doing a whole lot in terms of clocking up high. And not to mention that the temperatures that we usually reach when we go all the way up to 30 watts is just not really that recommended. You have to be in a very cool environment, or you have to at least have AC or something running just to make sure that the ambient temperature isn't high enough that it's going to cause the temperature to spike up here. So I would say that this is a complete pass. I would not really recommend you play this on here. There are better games that you can play, or rather games that will perform better. I really can't make a judgment call on the game itself because this is just the beginning section. I personally really liked the first game. I just have not gotten around to playing the second one here. So anyways, I hope you found this look at A Plague Tale Requiem running on the AMD Ryzen 5 5500U to be useful, interesting, or entertaining. If you did, be sure to subscribe. And of course, you can support the channel by becoming a member for as little as $1 a month. That is greatly appreciated. Or if you'd like to support by just using the Amazon affiliate links down below, that is also greatly appreciated. It really helps to support the channel. So thank you to everybody that has done that. I appreciate you watching. I'll catch you in the next one.